Hey, everybody.
What's up, Ira?
Hey, hanging in there, Anthony.
Good to see you.
Same here.
Anthony, can you hear me? It's Carol.
Hey, Carol.
Just wanting to be sure I'm looking at the picture of your little dog.
They're always around, even when they're upstairs.
Yeah. We love our dogs.
You got that right. Unconditional love.
Well,
I see Susan in front of the bridge there.
I like to pretend I'm on vacation.
Okay.
I like that.
hello, Susan.
We can't go anywhere, so I just pretend.
I'm going down to City
Good
Hall.
evening. Good afternoon, everybody.
Hey, Patrick.
So I'm curious.
Hello, Patrick.
Hi, how are you? So I am going to mute from.
There's a lot of feedback.
Right, so I'm going to mute from the Zoom, and I'm just going to speak into the microphone here, I believe.
I don't know if anyone else got that.
Is it better now? Good. Well, good evening, or good afternoon. Calling to order the joint committee
Maybe we
meeting of
can
the
all
whole
try
for the
muting.
Revere School Committee and the Revere City Council.
Patrick's muted, so we can't hear him.
I'll unmute. Can you hear me now? Yep. Okay, Ira, can you hear me now?
Feedback from you, Patrick.
Ira? Councilor Novoselsky? So they can't hear me because when I put on both, it's creating feedback. Councilor Novoselsky, can you hear me now? No? Councilor Novoselsky, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
It creates all this feedback. Do you want to go on mute? Mute yours.
It's not going to work.
Hang tight, we're just figuring out the technical issues. Okay, how's this? Better? Let me know. Test, 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 test. Huh? This is going to be fun.
Can't wait.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Can everyone hear us? We good? Oh, wonderful.
This is Carol. Yes,
All
I
right,
can
looks
hear
like
you.
we figured this out, so great. We're going to get started now. Good evening or good afternoon, and welcome to the joint committee meeting of the whole, the entire Revere City Council and the Revere School Committee. We'll all rise and salute the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag,
To the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic,
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
one nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Roll call of the members of the joint meeting of the Revere City Council and School Committee. Councilor Janino. Here. Here. Councilor Guanasso.
Here.
Here. Councilor McKenna. Here. Here. Councilor Morabito is absent.
Here.
Is
Here. Here.
Councilor Morabito is here. Councilor Novoselsky.
Here.
Here. Councilor Powers.
Here.
Here. Councilor Rotundo. Councilor Rotundo is absent. Councilor Sereno.
Here.
Here. Councilor Visconti.
Here.
Here. Councilor Zambuto.
Here.
Here. Council President Keefe.
Here.
Here. School Committeeman D'Ambrosio. Absent. School Committeeman Ferranti. I see Michael right here. Hold on. School Committeeman Ferranti is here. School Committee Woman Gravelisi.
She's muted. She's here.
Here.
Is present. School Committee Woman Rizzo. Here. School Committeeman Sinella.
Here.
Here. School Committee Woman Ty.
Here,
Here. And School Committee Chair Mayor Rigo.
Here.
Here, a quorum is present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I would like to, so everyone is aware, this is an unusual precedence that's being set tonight, and we're taking the lead of the Northeast Metropolitan Regional School Committee bylaws. We had the untimely and unfortunate passing of Mr. Ronald Janino, who was a long-standing school committee member for the Northeast VOC. And through those bylaws that supersede the city's bylaws, there is, it is amongst us, the city council, and the joint meetings with the city council and the school committee to temporarily appoint the new member of the school committee until that term is up, which would be in January. So I'm not sure if anyone from the school committee wishes to speak on this. And then what we could do is we would open it up to nominations. If any of the council members or any of the school committee members have a nomination, we would go through the process of nominating, having a second on the nomination. And of course, if there are multiple nominees, we would have a roll call vote from the whole. And of course, the person with the most votes would be appointed to that seat. So at this point, I don't know if anyone had anything to speak about, or we can go right into a nomination process. Anyone from the school, anyone, well, and I don't want to take sides or who's first, but since I'm here, I would, anyone from the city council have any comments or concerns on this process or anything to speak about? Hearing and seeing none. I'd like to turn, Mr. Zambuto.
I had my hand raised electronically,
There
but
you
I
are.
guess you didn't see it. Trying to follow the rules here. Let me just say that I'm a little disappointed that
You're muted, Counselor.
even after recently getting some documentation, I don't think it was a full contract. And so I'm not pleased. I just wanted to make that statement. I think in an instance like this, when there's a gray area, when we're about to appoint somebody to a position, I think there should be no ambiguity, and it should have been laid out very clear. So I'm disappointed in the way this was handled, and you know me, I have to let you know when I'm disappointed. So, at this point, I think there's probably enough documentation to go forward with it. I would have rather the full contract, a full document instead of the piecemeal, the latest thing I just received. With that said, that's all I have to offer. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. And just for your point, and I agree, this is something that it's pretty unprecedented for us. And we were seeking guidance from the regional school committee as well as city attorneys on the guidance and which path we should take. So there's a lot of ways to read it, but fortunately we got some clarity just as late as about a few hours ago from some city help with some city help. I see School Committee Woman Rizzo wishes to speak.
Yes, unfortunately, I was unable to hear Councilor Zambuto's reasons or even what he was speaking about. And I am not familiar with what was talked about a couple of hours ago. So if someone would kindly update this old lady, I would really appreciate it.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Stacy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Now, it might not be you, it might be me.
No. Sometimes I have internet connections down here and I have trouble with it. But I was just voicing my frustration with the fact that I was reading what I thought was the law according to our ordinances and thought that the way that read that the person who was the runner-up would be appointed. And I'm told it's superseded by an ordinance of the regional vocational school and that I would see a contract. And I was further viewing my frustration that I only got a piecemeal, which looked like a piece of the contract, and I would have rather had the whole thing. However, as I said, I'm
It's cutting out again.
Lost them.
We're all going to chip in and get Councilor Zambuto some better Wi-Fi. But for the Cliff Notes version, and Mayor Arrigo, I know that you're the chair of the school committee. The Cliff Notes version is there was definitely some unclarity with the process whether or not the vacant seat goes to the runner-up, which in a lot of Revere elections, that's typically the way it's handled. Up until a certain point. But the Northeast Regional Vocational bylaws state that it's an appointed position and it's appointed through the city council or joint city council and school committee. So we're handling it properly, but as of late, there was just some different interpretations that we had to clarify. So I'm glad Councilor Zambuto and some other councilors raised that opinion and we were able to clarify it. Mr. Mayor Arrigo, did you have anything to comment on that?
Mr. President, I would just add that I believe Bob Mara from my office has his hand raised. If he could just speak to that, I want to make sure that there's no ambiguity and that there has been no ambiguity in terms of the city from the city perspective. And I'd like for Bob to be able to speak to that.
Mr. Mara.
Ashley might need to give him permission if he's.
I love this Zoom stuff.
Big seat.
Sorry, everybody. I was on mute when I was on. I couldn't get through on my computer. Does everybody hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. The confusion stems from applying the wrong law to this set of circumstances. When this first came up, the first thing we did, obviously, was to look at the city ordinance, which didn't specifically address the regional school department. State law is what creates the regional school department, and the regional school department, when created back in 1974, they have their own charter, their own regional agreement that comprises all of the communities that are the feeder communities of the regional vocational school. They have their own process, and so it's that process that governs filling vacancies on that school department. And as you can imagine, over the last 35 years, this is not the first time they've had to do that. When if there was not a regional agreement, then you would default to the city's, the individual city's procedure. But in view of the regional agreement, which was provided to us by counsel from the regional school department, it's clear that the procedure that you're now following is correct. So if there's any confusion about which way this should have handled, the confusion stems from reading the wrong law and misinterpreting which law governs the procedure. The rule that governs this procedure is that dictated by the regional school committee, and that stems back to the regional agreement that was drafted pursuant to state law back in whatever year that was, sometime in the mid-70s. So there's no confusion of this procedure. The confusion stems from misapplying the law or applying the wrong law to govern this procedure.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for that clarity. And it looks like we have Councilor Guanasso wishes to speak.
Mr. President, earlier today I had the opportunity to review this in detail with the election commissioner, to whom reviewed it and put me at ease as to what has taken place. It's a override by a contract with the regional school committees and the cities that they represent. So that language prevails, and I think we should proceed with a vote.
Thank you, Councilor. And it looks like we have Madam Gravelisi wishes to speak.
Thank you, Councilor Keefe. I was just going to kind of reiterate, similar to what Mr. Guanasso just said, that, we did receive this information from Ashley Melnick and Diane Colella on July 9th about the appointment today. So, there was plenty of time to look into it and clarify what the law was for it. So, I agree that we should just move forward with appointment since we had plenty of time to look into it.
Thank you. And Councilor Morabito, did you wish to speak? Or was that just an error on the hand raise?
No, my question was answered. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilor. And we did have, before we turn it back over to the joint committees, we did have a resident. I'm going to allow them to talk, but just for the viewing audience, if you can continue to, when you sign in, if you could put a full recognizable first and last name, it'll help. But there is a person in the audience that wishes to speak, and that's Tanis. We're going to allow you to speak, Tanis.
No, I'm sorry. I thought that a different meeting was taking place, so I raised my hand before this started.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
No worries. Thank you. And if you could just sign in under a name that we can recognize, I would appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Hearing and seeing no one wishing to speak. Do we have any?
Michael has his hand raised.
Mr. School Committeeman Ferrante.
Yes, thank you, Patrick. Is there a reason why we're filling a seat for 3 months when the election is in November?
It's by the regional school committee bylaws.
So it has to be filled regardless.
Shall be filled. Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Any other councils? Any other school committee? Do we have any councils or school committee persons wishing to make a nomination? Mr. Sinella, Fred Sinella?
Thank you, Mr. President. Members of the Joint Committee comprised of the Revere City Council and the Revere School Committee, it is my privilege and pleasure to place in nomination the name of Melissa Elam to fill the untimely vacancy on the vocational school with the passing of Ronald Giannino.
I second it.
We have a second. And
Carol Ty, second.
thank you, Madam Ty. I know, Madam Clerk, you don't have to read into the record. There were a few referrals or recommendations on behalf of Ms. Elam. Just if you
I
want.
received one recommendation from a Mr. Paul Belschner of 591 Washington Avenue on behalf of Melissa Elam.
In support, correct? Thank you. Do we have any other nominations? Any other councils or school committee persons wishing to make a nomination? Hearing and seeing none. It looks like we will take a roll call on Melissa Elam. Ms. Melissa Elam.
On the appointment of Melissa Elam to the as a regional school committee member for the city of Revere, Councilor Giannino.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Guanasso.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor McKenna.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Morabito.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Novoselsky.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Powers.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Rotundo
Absent.
is absent. Councilor Sereno.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Visconti.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Zambudo.
Yes.
Yes, Council President Keefe.
Yes.
Yes, School Committeeman D'Ambrosio. Absent. School Committeeman Ferranti.
Yes.
Yes, School Committeewoman Gravellisi.
Yes.
Yes, School Committeewoman Rizzo.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, School Committeeman Sinella.
Yes.
Yes, School Committeewoman Ty.
Yes.
Yes, and School Committee Chair Mayor Rigo.
Yes.
Yes, Melissa Elam has been chosen as the Regional School Committee member for the city of Revere.
Congratulations, Ms. Elam.
Congratulations.
So I did want to give an opportunity. It looks like Melissa is on this Zoom. I was going to allow her to speak if she'd like and unmute her. And I know that at some point there'll be an official swearing in, or the mayor would probably host. But Ms. Elam, are you on the call? And did you wish to speak?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi. I just want to thank you all, Mayor Rigo, City Council, and School Committee, for giving me this opportunity today. I really appreciate being able to complete the term that my father left sadly and suddenly vacant. I have cherished watching him for the last 35 years shape and advance the technical education in the city. And I hope that in the next 3 months that I can do half as much as he has for the city of Revere and the Northeast folk. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Elam.
Thank you.
So if there's no further business, and I would like to also congratulate you again. I knew your father. Obviously, I know that it was his wish to have you, if ever anything happened like this, to have you potentially fill that void. It's unfortunate, but I know that he's probably very excited and happy for you right now, and hopefully you can continue the business that he's done over the last 35 years, and you can keep moving that path forward and taking care of the residents of Revere in regards to the Northeast Voc. So congratulations on behalf of the City Council, and thank you. Mayor Arrigo, any further business?
No further business before the school committee.
No further business tonight, right now, before the City Council. The City Council will resume at 4 o'clock with the Public Works Subcommittee, and we will adjourn. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.